All right, guys. As you guys know, I am not a professional actor. So I'm going to be reading from my notes. So if you see me looking away, that's what I'm doing. And I must excuse the fact that Captain Aircraft over here is trying to land his plane on the lake. So if you hear that, that's all it is. We're not being attacked by zeros. All right? So, unlike many state game agencies, New Hampshire Fish and Game derives the bulk of its funding via license fees, OHRV fees, marine and gas tax transfers, and from miscellaneous income, such as hike safe cards, conservation plates, etc. They receive some funding from federal, but like the Dingle Johnson and the Pittman Robertson, they receive a tiny amount from the state, and it is like 1/2 to 2% from the state of New Hampshire taxpayers, the general fund. In 2026, they will be receiving the smallest amount from general fund ever, the general fund. 0%, close to that. New Hampshire Fish and Game has less than 200 permanent employees. They own around 62,000 acres of land that benefit you and me. And they have 135 boat ramps and 130 dams. They have to keep that all up with the little bit of money that they're getting from the way they get it. They provide small landowner habitat grants to assist in keeping private land open for hunting and fishing. And one good part of this is the search and rescue services are now mostly or completely funded by the hike safe cards and other programs. It costs around $250,000 or so to annually maintain the wildlife management areas that are open to hunting and fishing. This is about twice the revenue received from the $2.50 habitat fee. Now, see, I'm not even a professional reader because I'm getting this all screwed up. Hopefully you're understanding that they're getting no money from anybody but us to pay for this stuff. So this is why your input is very, very important. So let's talk about the fisheries. The fishery division receives $1 fisheries habitat fee for each fishing license sold. But that income does not even come close to the needs of the complete habitat projects, fixing shorelines, riparian areas, etc. There has been some discussion about raising the habitat fees to $5 and potential license fee increases, but nothing concrete yet. A habitat fee increase is definitely needed, and it benefits us all. Not only that, but because of the way these licenses and the department is structured, our input means a lot. Without us paying the bills, there is no fish and game department. So when they have something out there you disagree with, you should tell them. If you have something you agree with, you should tell them. Either go to a meeting or write a letter, email, send it to them. Let them know you're out there, even just to say hi. Colonel Jordan loves it when you say hi. Anyways, in contrast, the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife receives $24 million from their state's general fund. Vermont, my favorite state, their Fish and Wildlife receives around $1.6 to $2 million from their state federal fund. We get zero. Why? Because New Hampshire people are proud, and so is in our Fish and Game department. They want to earn it on their own. Not only do they want to earn it on their own, they want your input. They want to know how you feel about certain laws, certain things that they're doing. That way they can serve you better. Obviously they care because they're asking for your money. They're asking you to fund your sport by paying for the licenses. All right? I know that this is going to rub some people the wrong way, but this is the truth. This is how it is. So, like I said, if there's something you disagree with, write them an email. If there's something you agree with, don't just send them bad news, send them good news. Look, I've done enough in the last month to give people at Fish and Game headaches for me saying things that probably should have been kept in my mouth. But you know me, I can't shut up. So, that said, that's how Fish and Game is funded.